Greetings and salutations in service to the one I am, Amber Dawn Star, practical mystic, energetic activist, and for almost 40 years, master breathologist. Welcome back to my channel and my community, and I'm welcoming myself back too, because as many of you know, and since I already have quite a few for me as subscribers, I have been gone for a couple of months, and it's just been like a wrecking ball in my life health-wise. So please accept my apologies and forgiveness from you, because I just didn't have the energy to do this work. I've been really struggling within my physical body, a lot of hits the last couple of months, and I just didn't have the energy to do this. It took everything I had just to stay as centered as possible with what I was going through. Things are on the mend, obviously, because I'm back, and I've missed doing these, and I've missed you all, my great supporters out there. So kind. I have, I believe, 46 now. And that's just awesome. I am so excited about that I have 46 of you out there in this world that actually want to tune in and listen to the messages that come through me. So, thank you very much for all of your support, and I certainly appreciate it. So I just wanted to get started today because this is a freaking intense day, as you probably know and feel. The full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which will be the last lunar eclipse in Scorpio until 2031. So this is a huge, huge energy today, and if you were up in the night, you got to see the full moon. It wasn't, we didn't get to see it, it was on the other side of the planet. But this morning at about 10:30 is when it was the Pacific Standard Time. It was at its apex. So I was up most of the night watching a live feed from the other side of the planet, watching it, which was just amazing. So know that also Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, and so it is squaring the nodes of the North and South node, North Taurus, South Scorpio, and so it is intensifying those nodes. Everything that Pluto represents, which of course is power and death and rebirth and transformation, of course, and transmutation. Pluto represents all of that. So when it's squaring anything, it is, that's a bit of friction, shall we say, a bit of friction that's going on. So just know that whatever you're dealing with right now, it's going to be intense, because it's on the Taurus-Scorpio axis, which is, of course, Taurus wanting to keep things the same, our banking situation, our finances, and Scorpio, of course, wanting to get to the bottom, absolute depths of whatever's going on, the relationships in your life, how you're treating yourself, especially. And this is, magnifying power. This is what's happening in this lunar eclipse in Scorpio. It's magnifying power within and without. So it's about reclaiming your power. And where have you not been powerful in your life? Where have you acquiesced your power to someone else, to something else outside of yourself? It's time to reclaim it now. It's time to bring it back to your heart and your breath and your connection to Source, and be the powerful being that you are, which of course you are, because you're part of all that is, which is freaking amazing, right? So of course, Scorpio rules, the depths, and where have you not been looking at yourself and the depths, and how have you been hiding? Do you have secrets that are going to be brought up during this? Don't be surprised if some shocking secrets come to light within your life and in the global community. And it's going to be dramatic because that's what Scorpio is. It's about drama. I mean, if you're death and rebirth, that's pretty dramatic, right? I mean, that's about as dramatic as you can be in this life, is death and rebirth and transformation. And also, I just reminded myself by looking at my shirt, it is also WESAK, which is the full moon in Scorpio every year, and the WESAK Valley in the Himalayas, which is, Buddha, according to the Buddhists, was born and died and became enlightened on the full moon in Scorpio. So you got that going on too. In the WESAK Valley, every year pilgrims from all over the planet come to get the blessings of the Buddha, and there are 3 major players in that valley this day, which are Christ, Maitreya, which is the feminine Buddha, and who is the next Buddha that's coming in, and I believe Amaji might be that, and Buddha himself that comes in, of course, in spirit form, and gives the blessings to all the devotees that have gathered in the WESAK Valley. So today is also that. So there's a lot going on today. There is some major energy going on in this world right now. And, there's going to be some social and political events that get triggered today. And, an eclipse doesn't just last for today. This is probably at least the next 6 months that we're going to be feeling the effects of this. And since it's the full moon in Scorpio eclipse is not going to happen again till 2031. This is huge. This is like asking all of the energies that have been going on and putting them all together and intensifying these energies, because Pluto is going to be in Capricorn, retrograding back into Capricorn for most of this year. And of course, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, and of course that's when the banks collapsed. Well, have you noticed? Have you been listening to the news? Because now, so far, we've had 3. And the 3, third time's the charm, so to speak. So just be aware that that's probably going to keep happening, because we are moving from a cash society to a crypto society. I have no idea how that works. I've heard plus and minuses on both sides. The big powers that be are having their big grand meeting this week. I think it might even be today. There's another one. Pulling away from having the US dollar be the money of the world, and going, into crypto. And so be aware that there's going to be a lot of shakeups in the financial markets. There already is. I mean, it's been teetering for a while now. We bailed the banks out in 2008, which was probably a big mistake. And now they're teetering again, and now they're failing again. So, but this time, because of the situation we're in our country, there's not going to be the backup to bring them back. Although I think Chase just bought the last one that went. But, so just be aware of your finances. Be aware that there are major things happening today and probably for the next 6 months, all from the unseen. Because it starts in the unseen and then manifests into the seen. The Pluto squaring the nodes in Aquarius is volatile change, volatile dramatic change. That's what happens with Scorpio. So, it's also about, being ready for your next upgrade in your life. Being ready to shed, let the old die, whatever isn't working for you anymore, and really, really let that go now. Because in order to make the next step in your involvement, in your consciousness, you're going to have to let go of what doesn't work. And you know what doesn't work for you anymore. Where are you lying to yourself? Where are you putting on the false face and the false front and everything's great and I'm having a great time and my life works so well, and most of that is just BS. And you know it in your heart, and you know that you're running away from the truth of who you are, and that cannot go on. It is not sustainable. It is not about holding on to things that don't work anymore. This energy is about breaking through to the new you, breaking through to your soul, what your soul wants you to do, not your egoic personality. We all know about that one. The one that is like this. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, no, you shouldn't. Oh, no, you aren't. Oh, no, 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 no. That's the ego. Whenever your voice starts doing that, you want to say, shut the flip-flop up, step off, and I'm not going to give any more energy and listen to you anymore. Because that is enough now. We've been dealing with this for who knows how long. I mean, come on. This lunar energy is about moving you forward. Where do you want to go in your life? That's forward, not backward, not the past. Stop living there. Stop living there. You cannot do anything about the past. It's done. The best you can do with the past is get the lesson. Whatever the lesson was, lessons, I'm sure there's more than one, get those. Oh, that's why that happened. Oh, that's the reason that went wrong. Oh, that's why it went off the rails. Because I was playing a game with myself. I was playing a game with the people I know in my relationships. I was playing a game. This is about alchemy. This is about magic. This is about merging your power, your individual power, with all that is, with your soul, with your spark of all that is, merging with that. Because now's the time you can do that. There is so much energy. If you go into this consciously, you will be moving forward in your life in ways that you couldn't even imagine that are happening. So it's like, what truth are you hiding from? What's the biggest truth that you don't want to look at? That you're going like, oh no, I can't do it. Oh no, I'm too tired. Oh no, I'm too stoned. Oh no, I'm too drunk. Oh no, I'm too addicted. Oh no, I can't. No, no, no. Yes, you can. It's time for you to stop that. Stop all that whining and procrastinating and get up and take control of your life and get in the driver's seat and do it yourself. Because if you don't take the power back that you have and that you've been dissipating all over the lot, the universe will do it for you. And believe you me, you don't want the universe to do it for you. You don't want the universe because the universe is always listening. So if you've made promises to yourself and the universe and you don't follow through with those, and you're still playing your games that you think you can get away with because you have been getting away with them, no. Nope, sorry, I'm here to say that's not going to last. It's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. And you have to do things now to sustain and for the next level of consciousness that's happening on this planet, because there's a lot more coming. This is just the beginning of a big, huge death and rebirth on this planet. We are moving into a higher frequency. And the frequency that we're moving into, you've probably heard about it, fifth dimensional Earth, is about love. And that's the frequency that you need to live in to get there. Because if you think that you're still going to live in your fear and your doubt and your egoic miasms that think, oh, I'm all that and I can get away with this because I've been getting away with it for years. Nope, you're not going to be able to get away with it anymore. So it's time for you to change that, because you know what needs to change. You know what needs to change. If you're an addict, whatever you're addicted to, and there's all millions of ways to be addicted, and you know that it's, taking you down a road that you don't want to go down anymore, you need to stop. There's plenty of power out there. There's plenty of help out there to give you the support you need to move forward in your life. Because if you want to ascend, if you want to go to the next level, which this is the step off life, you can do that. You've got to stop with this fear-based egoic crap. I mean, that's probably it in a nutshell. You've got to stop doing this. Whatever this is, you've got to stop doing it. Because it's just not sustainable. And, it's uncomfortable. Of course it's uncomfortable. God bless America. Of course it's uncomfortable. People don't want to change because it's uncomfortable. They'd rather stay in their prisons and go and be in hell, even if the door to the prison is open. And all you have to do is walk through the door. But walking through the door is going to take some real work. Light work. It's light work. It's not light party. No. It's not light, let's not even think about everything. No. It's light work. And you can make it this time if you want. You can do it this time if you want. But you've got to stop the stuff that is tearing you down and putting you in a direction you don't want to go in. Because it is going to get darker on this planet before it gets way lighter. And you can see it happening everywhere. I mean, look at what's happening just in our country. The dark. Every single day there's a mass shooting. Every single day there's somebody getting killed. Look at the person that just got choked out on the subway and died. And nobody stopped this guy? Nobody stopped the person that was killing this other person. Right in front of him. Nobody stepped up and said, stop doing that. No, this isn't the way. This person sounded like he was, homeless and mentally ill. And of course the young Marine, went in and chokehold him and killed him. Now, you can put somebody in a chokehold and you don't have to kill them. You can just knock them out. So he went the extra step and actually killed this person. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at as a society, that you can't drive up the wrong driveway without getting killed. You can't knock on the wrong door without getting shot in the head, in the brain. You can't have a ball roll into somebody's yard as a little kid and not get killed. Because that's how on the edge everybody, well, a lot of people, not everybody, but there's a vast majority of people out there that are so ready to explode. And my prediction is that this summer will be that. There can't be any more time given to this, because it's right at it's already starting to boil. It's not at a rapid boil yet, but that's coming. When the weather gets warmer, and all the homeless people that are everywhere now, and the people that are trying to, kill them, to get rid of them, not going into the love in their hearts to find out why these people are there. Not all of them are drug addicts, okay? Not all of them are, people that you need to be afraid of. A lot of them are people that just can't afford the incredible prices that the greedy mofos are charging us all. The rents, $4,000 is the average rent in New York City. $4,000 a month for rent, just to have a roof over your head. 1% of the population of this country can afford that. And the rest of us, oh my God, no, we can't. So what do? You go out on the street and you live there. So when you see people that are homeless and you see the tent cities, have some compassion. Have some love, that there by the grace of God go I, because don't think it can't happen to you. Don't think that any of this that is affecting every single place we go now in this world, in our country, you can't be there at the next mass shooting. Because it's everywhere now. No matter where you are, it can happen. And so what you need to do is take your power back and stand in that power and stand up and say, know what? No way. No, this isn't going to happen. I'm standing up. If I had been on that subway and this guy was killing somebody in front of me, you bet your ass I would have jumped up and said, "Stop it! Are you insane? You're just as insane as the person screaming and yelling who's mentally ill. You're mentally ill too." The people, the NRA, the whole gun thing, and do you know the NRA is tax exempt? I just found that out. I'm like, what the fudge is that about? How do these people that are selling guns that are killing people, young people, old people, middle-aged people, kids, how are they tax exempt? How did that happen? Who did they buy off in Congress? And now, now we're finding out that our Supreme Court, that supposedly is the highest court in the land, that's supposedly supposed to have ethics. Now we're finding out those people, well, several of them don't and haven't for quite some time. So there's going to be some dramatic changes that are happening. We've just started seeing the beginning of that. This is far from over. This summer is going to make the 60s summer look like a walk in the park. I remember Kent State. I remember the outrage when 4 students got killed. 4 students got killed by, the people that, who are the people that come there on, the campuses to, not the police, the other people with the guns. 4! And there was outrage like nobody's business. Now, a lot of people have guns and are scared to death. And when you put those two together, the fear and a gun, that's what's happening. That's one of the things that's happening. And that's what Scorpio and this lunar eclipse is going to illuminate even more than it already has. And squaring the nodes, this is about taking a long, hard look, a deep look at your life and what is going on in your own life, because we're all connected. It's all connected. On the highest level, it's all one. It's all one God. God is everything and everyone. So if you change your perspective, if you take back your personal power and stop giving it away to, big pharma and big agra and the NRA, and, you know, the freaking legal system and the health system. OMG, the health system. Boy, did I get a big taste of that the last couple of months. Yikes. Crumbling. It's all crumbling. And the only things that are going to make this through this time are things that are sustainable. So get together with people of like heart and mind and soul and start, you know, forming your groups and learn how to grow some food and learn how to barter. What have you got to barter? We've all got a gift or 2 or 3 or 100 that we can share with others and not charge money, because, you know, you see where the money's going. The cash. There's some places in this country they don't even take cash anymore. They don't take cash. So, you know, it's time to change. You know, if you've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, well, there's no more time to put it off. You're going to have to adjust to the new, or, you know, you're going to go down. You've got to move out of the past. You've got to get out of your ego. You've got to get out of your ego, and, you know, the ego is about being right. I'm right and you're wrong, no matter what it is. And it's usually about the past. It's not about now, it's about the past. And because most of the people on this planet are so conditioned and brainwashed that they hold on to all the things that they were given from their parents and their line, you know, how that was passed down. Because unless you are the one that stops the buck in your line, you're passing it down. And even if you do your best, and you know you've done your best, regardless of what anybody else might think about that, you and God are good. That's what's important now. Your relationship in your heart, in your breath, in your alignment with Source. That's going to be your lifeline through this. We're just at the beginning of this codependent crap. You got to let go of that. You've got to let go. Well, you know, you don't have to. You can come back to the third dimension a million more times if you'd like. I personally do not want to come back here again. This is my last life on the third dimension of Earth. Nope. I'm graduating. And this is the fast track. A lot of souls actually want to come here, if you can believe it. A lot of souls want to come here. And there's a lot of souls that are coming in now that are the new humans. That's why these kids are virtuosos at, you know, 5, 6, 10, 12. You know, they're going to college, they're going to universities, they're 12 years old. I mean, what? That's because they're the new humans that have not forgotten the truth of who they are and what they're doing here, which is to raise the frequency of the planet so that the planet herself can move into her next level of consciousness. You know, there's a lot of information out there. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research and see if what I'm saying and what's coming through for you is the truth for you. It is for me. This is how I'm living my life, and this is how I want to live my life, by facing my fear. And you know, the ego, very tricky. The ego is very tricky. It doesn't want to lose control over you. It doesn't want you to succeed. It wants you to stay in your little cage, in your little prison, and not step out into this incredible universe that is so much beyond the beyond of anything we can even imagine. I feel like, you know, I've been on my spiritual path since I was 19 years old and took my first LSD on Valentine's Day 1970. And whoa, Talk about blowing the doors off my perceptions. Holy crap, Oli. Yes. And ever since then, I have been reading and studying and doing the inner work that I've had to do to learn to get the flip-flop out of here and graduate. And I'm going to. So whatever that takes. A lot of that is not taking things personally. Because everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has an opinion. It's, the stories that we tell ourselves, we use to justify how we act. We use it to justify being a dick or being a K-unt. Yeah, we use those stories from our past to justify our current behavior without ever looking at what really happened there. If you had parents that just shoved it down your throat and you never had a chance to be yourself, be real, find out what you were about, well then you're living that of your line, which they've all lived also. So, it's facing what you fear the most. That's it. Look at Star Wars. Luke had to face himself, right? And, his biggest fear was going into that cave and facing whatever was in there. And what was in there? His reflection. So, this is about utilizing the energies that are going on right now. Uranus is in play, Mercury is in play, Venus is going to be in play, the Sun is in play, the Moon is in play. I mean, there's a lot of huge energies happening, and if you can ride that wave and allow yourself to receive and thank and be thankful and know that you're blessed and be in your gratitude, yeah, you might not like everything. Who the hell does? I personally don't like that, animals that I love are going extinct. No, I don't like that. I don't like that little kids, get slaughtered. And it's still going on. That should have been the absolute end of the NRA. As far as background checks, as far as, seeing if these people that are buying these, assault weapons are mentally stable, which obviously they're not. If you're buying an assault weapon to go out and kill people, you're not mentally stable. You're in your ego. You're in your powerlessness. You see, when you look at it, it looks like the people that have the AR-15s and are doing that are powerful. Just the opposite is true. They feel so powerless that they have to go out with their big guns and slaughter people to feel good about themselves. What the fudge is that about? Except all this stuff that's been layered on top of people with their belief systems and their line and not ever taking a damn hard look at it. And saying, that's not even me. I don't even believe that. But I'm acting out like I do. It's time now. And this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse is about taking your power back and doing new things with it. Not the same old, but new things. New things that, make you like, makes me a little nervous. This is way out of my comfort zone. But, I'm going to do it. I'm going to read that book. I'm going to listen to that podcast. I'm going to go to a lecture. I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to stop eating crap. Because, big pharma, big agra, they're in bed together, right? Yes, let the sheep eat the shit, and then we'll give them pills to alleviate the shit that their body's going through from the poison. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's the truth. Greed is burning us to the ground. And, it's not sustainable. It won't last. It can't. So be a part of the solution. Be a part of the people that are saying, enough. Somebody starts doing shit in front of you that is like gonna, hurt somebody, step up. And if you leave, and if you die that day defending a child or a homeless person or somebody that's, disabled, what a great way to go. You're gonna go anyway. Why not go in a way that makes your life worthwhile? That you didn't just stand by in that frickin', L train, F train, whatever the fudge it was, and stand there and watch somebody get murdered right in front of you. That is definitely not part of the solution. That is part of the problem. So, we're on a collective roller coaster, and we're on an individual one too. Be a part of the solution in this world now. Stand up and be counted for the light and the love that is your truth, that is your power. Take it back and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Strike if you have to. Tell, all the Bezos of the world, you know what? We're not going to work for your piddly ass wage anymore while you're making billions off of our labor. There wouldn't be labor unions if people weren't so fudging greedy. There wouldn't be a need for labor unions if people came from their heart. So come from your heart. Come from your breath. Come from your alignment. Breathe deep. Come back to center. Be the one that has the presence of mind and heart to say no. Put yourself in between that. Out of control. Powerlessness. With your own power. That is of God. That's the truth. The truth is that you are part of all that is. All that is God. Whatever name you have for that. That's the truth of the situation. That's the truth. And we are going through and will be going through the purge of our lives on all levels. On all levels. So just remember, breathe, keep breathing every minute, keep breathing. When you start to feel like you're going off, pull yourself back and take a deep breath, a real deep breath, through your mouth, all the way down to your core, and breathe that light of love. And keep doing it until you come back to center. That you can feel your connection to all that is. Let your breath be your guide. Respond, not react. And it's easy to react. Man, look at what's happening. It's real easy to react because people like that don't have the inner knowing of the truth of themselves. They have believed all the crap that they've been, shoved down their throat all their life. From, parents and teachers and their religion and, of course, the fudging government. So, you going to be part of the problem or are you going to be part of the solution? There's no reason anymore not to be part of the solution. When I started on this path over 50 years ago, there wasn't a lot of information as to what was really going on, other than from, the past and people that were enlightened from the past. But now there's enlightened masters walking all over this planet right now. You could be one of them if you just got all that, stuff that isn't you out of the way. Let go of the ego. Tiny, 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 tiny ego. And move into your spaciousness, your love, your light. You're part of all that is. All right, my friends. Well, I know that it's gone a little long today, but, there was a lot to cover. I will really do my best to be a little more, visible, as long as my body keeps, moving forward and not backward, and not having to deal with the healthcare industry. So just, remember that you just have to, smile. Smile at all of it. Don't lose your sense of humor, because, I tell my kids and my friends that, from everything I've done and studied and I know, what that is all about? You know what that fits on? Head of a pin. Considering everything, thank you. Head of a pin. All right, my friends.
Everything in your Apple Music library.
I
asked me to play a radio station.
I have no idea why she's doing that. That's very interesting. So that's from the universe saying, yes, play your music, dance, sing, pray, breathe. Do the things that bring you joy. Be the presence. Be the one that's standing in front of the people that are in their fear. And because you are in your truth and your alignment, you are not. You are in your love and you are in your light. All right. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me. I'm so glad I made it myself. Om Namah Shivaya. In La Catch. Namaste. El Kalimon. And those 4 are from, of course, Namaste, Buddha, there we go, in La Catch, indigenous cultures. Om Namah Shivaya, Indian, Hindu, and El Kalimon are galactic. The Hathors are galactic brothers and sisters. They're out there too, watching all this. All right. Take care of yourselves. Love to you. Enjoy this incredible, powerful day and for the next 6 months. Okay? All right. Thank you. Bye for now.